St. Paul tells us that the various roles within the church are the working of the Holy Spirit. It is the Spirit who blesses the church and fills the various persons selected for the different roles with all the spiritual gifts they need to do a good job. As Jesus told us, it is He who chose us, and He and the Spirit are one. We see this played out in today's gospel story about the selection of St. Matthew as an apostle. Matthew was a tax collector, not a very popular occupation among the Jews of his day, for tax collectors worked for the Romans and were often dishonest. But Jesus called Matthew to follow him, which Matthew quickly did. Now, as you can imagine, this raised some serious questions. Why was Jesus associating with tax collectors, and why in the world would he select one to be a follower? As a matter of fact, that was the conversation later on when Jesus ate in Matthew's home. What was he thinking? Well, God's ways are not our ways. We don't know what Jesus saw in Matthew that attracted him. But we do know that Jesus' answer to those who complained was very clear. Sick people need the doctor, and he had come to heal them. And for whatever reason only he knew, Jesus had chosen Matthew to be one of his followers. When I served as vocation director for my province, I used to encounter young men who felt that God might be calling them to the religious life and/or the priesthood, and they and their families were often quite baffled. Why me? Why him? The choice just didn't seem right. But I had to remind them that the Lord does not choose or see things as we do. Jesus has his reasons, and we often do not understand. Sometimes I think we try to get too rational and try to make everything make sense, and some things just don't. We need to trust that God knows what he is doing in choosing a tax collector or any one of us or whomever to be his follower.